fans were not expecting to see this morning, and not only what they saw, but what some actually dug up behind the scenes regarding some Apex Season 12 news. And honestly, if this goes according to plan, thank you, Respawn. We'll have to wait and see if we're going to talk about it today. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're having a great day today. A good bit of news floating around today regarding Season 12 and regarding some stuff that is upcoming. And before we get into it, make sure to click like on the video and do yourself a favor, subscribe to the channel and turn the notification bell on to all, because I do a lot of giveaway streams on my streams here on YouTube, and you want to be the first one to come so that you can actually get involved in it, and as well so you don't miss a video. So let's go ahead and hop into the reason that you probably clicked on the video and came here today. So Apex shocked us all with something that we really weren't expecting to see, honestly, this early, but also just the thumbnail regarding the story of the Outlands trailer that we just saw is kind of crazy, but what people dug up behind the scenes is what's really funny. A lot of people even commented on this. So basically, story of the Outlands, they basically have a premiere going on tomorrow, which, by the way, there will be a watch party here on the channel if you want to watch it together. There's going to be a story of the Outlands at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow, which is a Monday. It's 11 a.m. Eastern Time as usual. Normal trailer time, nothing different there. However, as you can see on the thumbnail, who the heck is this guy? We obviously just saw the teaser on the map right now for Mad Maggie and the thing crashing, and a lot of people are just obviously just 100% sold, and still honestly a lot of them are sold that it is Mad Maggie, which is the next legend. So the good news is that it's not actually explainable. This is what I want to thank Respawn for. There's actually a couple other things that we'll talk about later in the video, is that it's not like a very clear-cut evidence, oh, we know everything. I really hope that they're duping us here and that we don't really know as much as we think we know about the new season. Anyway, so people don't really know who this guy is, and they were commenting, said, wait, who is this guy? Shortall also replied to that saying probably a syndicate enforcer, given the logo here. Also meant to be a bit of a bait, I guess. So they think, a lot of people here think that they are actually baiting us with this picture, trying to get us to think it's someone that it's not. However, there's another thing going around regarding the tags that they used, and here's some of the tags that they used for the trailer that's on Premiere. If you have like TubeBuddy or vidIQ, you can actually see the search tags that Respawn decides to use whenever they upload this. And here are some of the ones that you want to look out for. We have the word judgment, the word defiance, and also the words Mad Maggie. Now, the reason that people are noting Mad Maggie as a tag that's a little bit interesting is because apparently from other threads here, Respawn is noted for not actually putting the legend name in these trailers, because obviously it would give it away soon, and they're not usually the one that would, because these are pretty easy to see. You can find these tags very easily. Most people have vidIQ or TubeBuddy already, so this would be a dead giveaway. And apparently from what I'm hearing, it's not common for them to put the legend name. However, the last time they did this was actually with Forge in the story of the Outlands, where Forge was killed, and they were kind of talking about Forge already, and we all knew Forge was coming, right? And then all of a sudden Forge died to Revenant. So the last time that we apparently have seen this happen is when Forge happened. And do we get another Forge here? A lot of data miners are sold on the fact that no, 100% not. They are sold on the fact that Mad Maggie will be the next legend. We do know that Respawn's gotten a little bit better at hiding some stuff and making some stuff still surprisable. But what I'm thanking Respawn here for is that there's finally some suspicion. We don't know everything for sure. I'm sick of like already knowing exactly what's going to happen word for word, or like, you know, exactly what will come out and what it'll say. I'm glad that there's some suspicion going around. We don't know for sure now if Mad Maggie will be the next legend. Some people are still sold on it, and I hope maybe not, but I do think it's a little weird though that people hated her voice so badly and they still brought her in. Some people were even saying, I hope she gets a new voice artist if she does come back. That's just very sad for the person who originally voiced her, but we don't know for sure now. And I'd rather leave it up to a Titanfall guru to try to figure out what exactly this guy is doing on the screen here. And Shrugtall's reasoning for knowing that it's still Mad Maggie says, I'm adding to this, Maggie is still alive in Syndicate custody, saying that this little crash did not kill Maggie. This was a Syndicate ship shooting down, presumably Maggie's escape craft, and only this part was destroyed. The rest of it went to FaZe as it nosedived. Will we see it crash into Olympus with the FaZe tech it has? So obviously I think the story of the Outlands will give a better picture of this tomorrow. We'll kind of know what's going to happen. However, the things that you need to know are, number one, Maggie is still alive. Okay, so she did not die from that crash. Number two, could, based off of patterns we've seen in the past, could Respawn possibly, what is up with the P's today? They're hitting so hard. Could they actually be forging us again? And possibly, is Maggie going to die in a live interview tomorrow at the hands of Revenant? Or not really Revenant, but maybe the new person who's coming. I don't know. I think tomorrow we'll tell a better story and we'll know a little bit better about who's actually coming in the next season. So make sure to watch at 11 a.m. Eastern on our watch party. Have the notification bell on so you don't miss it. But that's not the only thing I'm thanking Apex for, and that's not the only thing that I'm surprised, and I think fans are shocked that Respawn actually did, is that a developer actually sat down with Kijana, another YouTuber who's also working over on Dexterdo, or however you pronounce that stupid article news. I don't know. They do great stuff, but they have the most complicated name for Alpha Intel, I believe, who actually sat down and talked about some season 12 stuff. We got nerfs, we got buffs, all this stuff. So a couple things that he actually talked about was, one, the Rampage obviously was receiving some backlash, and people were saying, you know, we needed it out of the game and whatnot. Well, basically he just said, you know, we have a lot of spreadsheet stuff we're looking at, and basically just simply it's not as simple as just taking it out of the game, because that's not an option, and we knew that would be the answer. He also talked about the Spitfire will be coming out back at some point, but when will that be? And he didn't really give a specific date, so it could be potentially in the next season. However, it's not promised. One thing I do want to note that he talked about here, though, was the actual like backlash that they have been receiving here lately, and I'm so glad that they honestly talked about this, and I'm glad Kijana asked this question. But the backlash that they've receiving, he said basically, look, it shows that there's passion, it shows that there's people invested in the community, and although it's a live game, there's always going to be something to complain about. I'm glad that people are still caring. He also talked about some other things like tap strafing, and basically did say that tap strafing will now not be actually removed, just simply tuned, and that there will be some things that you can still do with this movement, but I'm not exactly sure how they're going to do it with controller players, and will they actually be able to use that as well. But honestly, I'm just glad that someone finally came out from Respawn and was able to talk to the community, and whatever happened to their Respawn responds, I have no idea. I don't know why they stopped talking to the community, but I feel like things like this and doing stuff like this is actually super engaging for the community, and it helps us out a ton because we're actually informed of what their ideas are and what's going on. It may not always be something that we want to hear, the answers that we did want. However, it's good that we have the communication. Even Moy, the animator guy for Apex Legends, probably my favorite dev over at Respawn, commented on one of my videos, the negative video, you know, the one where I was like just grilling Respawn for everything that was been going on lately. And honestly, just a simple comment to know that they are watching, and I'm glad that Respawn was able to see that, to know that that's just not my opinion, that's a lot of the passion. And I think that that's why they come out, and especially John Larson coming out talking about this, is that, you know, they're able to understand that we do care, we really do care about the future of Apex, and that's why we share our frustrations, is because we have such a passion for the game. Now, moving on to our golden nuggets of the day, we have just a couple. I want to let you guys know that ALGS apparently has been under some fire with the system because it constantly is changing. You know, they're still trying to find a better way to do this. Imperial How came out and said match point format needs to be removed from competitive Apex. Enough said. Rain Day also took it to Twitter and said, I get the pro perspective of not wanting match point, but I disagree. BR games don't reward the best team most of the time, since variability is the essence of BR. Great teams have to not close out for a long time for someone else to win, which is what happened today, and which I commented and said, having chaos for a watch experience for a fan is amazing. It really is, but esports should definitely be prioritizing the player's experience. Champs last year was an anticlimactic event because Kungarna clearly was not the best team all around, but they still won. Left me never wanting to watch again, but Champs was okay. And like I said, I was actually a part of Team Kungarna during that time that they won. However, it was very obvious that they were not the best all-around team. It was very obvious when you see Cloud9 finishing in like the top 3 every single game. And yes, it's frustrating when they can't win, but you don't realize how hard these games are to win. And someone who's been on match point like 5 games and they've been placing in the top 3 like every single time, and then all of a sudden you got, you know, this team who just barely snuck in 5 games later after all the other pro teams, and they won their game, which it was bound to happen for one of the teams to win because it's the BR, it's RNG, it's variability. Like you said, it's kind of hard to win these consistently, but it's very hard and also very talented of you to be able to place in the top 3. I feel like those teams should be rewarded. And I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like they're watching. The truth of the matter that everyone has been talking about for so long is that BR esports simply are not as fun to watch as PvP. BR is fun to play. It's cool to compete in, but at the end of the day, you're not going to get that CSGO feeling of FaZe versus TSM or whatever. It's just not there. You can't do it unless you try to build hype by doing a match point system in which it's fun to watch, but it's annoying when you see teams get screwed over. That's just my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel for more. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Don't forget the watch party tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. The stream will probably go up at about 10 a.m. Eastern though, so make sure to be there. See you all later. Have a great rest of your day, and I'm out. Later, Gators. And for anyone from Respawn watching this and you saw my other videos or you saw how frustrated we were, just know that we're obviously still here and still watching and still keeping up with the the news because simply we love the game too much and we can't leave. Otherwise, we would be long gone into Fortnite, and we're like all those other YouTubers who leave for 2 weeks and then come back and then leave for 3 weeks and say this next game's the big one, and then they come back and they always come crawling back to Apex. We're still here because we love it. We want to see it succeed, and I just hope that it's transparent that our frustrations are just an indication that we are very passionate about the Apex world.